America's #1 funny man. What? Hey! Make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.
What up, party people? It's your boy Rodney Perry. Tune in to Rodney Perry Live. Episode number 76, 176. Wow. Almost to 100 again. So generally, I do the show. I create the link either a couple of hours before the show or today a couple of minutes before the show. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I was running super late. I get up at 7-ish. I said, I'm going to take a little siesta. I mean, you know. I wake up, it's 9:50. We do the show at 10. Oh my God. What an idiot. But I made it. Thank God. We're here. Granny Wild's in the building. Victor Marshall, welcome. Good to see you guys again. But, you know, when you give people the link late, they run a little late. In the building today, joining me. You can always count on her. One Night Drama's in the building. What's up, Drama?
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
You was out in the streets last night?
Yes. Had a good time.
Awesome. And also joining us with her funky fresh microphone. She got the little desk thingy to stretch you out. Absolute gorgeous. And I said I was gonna stop introducing women that way because it's so disrespectful to me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Jay Smiles. Jay Smiles in the building. What's up?
What's up, Rodney? How are you?
You're an absolute innovator to me. You know, from watching you during the pandemic, you're creating spaces for yourself. You're doing shows. It was just such a pleasure to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, we had to do something.
Yeah.
For those of us who are creators, what are you supposed to do when the world shuts down and they say, you know, you can't get on stage, you can't have a microphone, we couldn't even stand on the corner with a cup. And, you know, an old school, you know, just trying to tell a joke and get a tin can, like, and as you know, and many do, my mom has Alzheimer's, so I didn't even have the option of maybe
you couldn't run the risk of getting her sick.
Yes, I couldn't do that. I didn't want to do that. I'm an only child, and you know, I can't I can't tap nobody in, right? There's no MMA over here.
Yeah. Such a champ when it comes to your mom too, man. And we're starting to understand. I don't think people get Alzheimer's or dementia until they're in it.
Yeah.
And you've been transparent and sharing your guys' story. Zeddy is awesome. How is she?
She's doing very well, Rodney. And I appreciate you asking. She had a stroke about 6 weeks ago now, and she's recovering so well. The lady is so tough. Like I get so much of my inspiration from her. You know, when I think I'm having a bad day, I'm like, I mean, you know, this lady, you know, she's had brain surgery, she's had back surgeries, and she had a stroke. And every time I say, "Hey, mama," she says, "Hey, baby." And she don't know what day it is. She thinks Dr. King is still alive. You know, well, whatever. You know, but what a good world. If Dr. King is still alive and you don't know what day it is. You know, she don't know we out here fighting. She don't know affirmative action ended. Well, I won't call it ended, but she doesn't know about that Supreme Court decision. So
You
her
were talking
health
about
is going
affirmative
through that.
action yesterday, and you made me do some research and look into it. Wow. I mean, there are still people fighting against it right now.
That dude, Edward Blum, BLUM. I know some people might be mad at Trump. I just want us to spread around some of that madness because that guy has single-handedly for the last 2 or 3 decades been very methodically chipping away at our equal protection under the law, which is really real short with affirmative action in colleges. They were just supposed to consider race. Didn't make you get in. You still had to have the test scores, the
Right.
GPA, all the little recommendations. And then
Right.
they would also say, well, we want to make Harvard or the University of North Carolina start to look a little bit more like the United States,
The world.
like the world. So rather than having 98% white people, let's try to make it be a little more brown and yellow and black. That's
How
all they
about
were
that?
doing.
How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. That's One Act Drama. Jay Smiles is with us today. And let's not forget the ignorantest of all the ignorant. I love this lady. I swear to God. I texted this morning. I said, you know what? I love me some Randy Sky. Welcome to the show, Miss Randy Sky. How are you, Randy?
Hi, how are you? I'm not ratchet, Jay Smiles. Don't listen to him. I'm a woman of God.
I like Ratchet, though.
She's insane, first of all. How about that? This lady tickles me all to be there. And those are the people like, well, I know you have women on the show. I like women in comedy. And I want to talk about that today, man. What's the plight? What do you guys go through in this game, man? I mean, I know it's difficult. I know everything is harder for women. I'm a father of 5 girls. And that's one thing I try to echo to my girls, that everything is going to be difficult for you. There's going to be barriers set up just because you have a vagina. Talk to me about that drama, like, especially as you embark on this idea of comedy. How hard is it for you?
So far, I can honestly say it has not been too hard. I will say, because Dallas is not a very comedy central city, it's much harder there because we don't have the rooms, and there is definitely a male camaraderie there. So it's very hard to be included. But here, I feel much more included. Like, I literally walk in, they're like, you want to go up? So they're usually excited here to see a woman come in. So I don't really have any issues. I ain't had a whole lot of, you want to fuck me's? I ain't had a lot of that. I've had a couple though.
But if you have any of that, isn't it too much?
It definitely is. But I hear women that it seems like they get a whole lot of you want to fuck me's. I don't.
Now, Randy Scott, ain't nobody trying to smash you, right?
No, God, no. Not for no show. Definitely not for no show. I mean,
is that in itself disrespectful? Like, you still a woman, right?
Yeah, you still a woman.
Don't you want to be desired on some level? No, or
not by a comedian.
I don't want to be desired by no comedian. Ain't but one person gonna live a dream in my relationship. You need a job to be with me.
Hey, I completely agree that 2 people living a dream is very difficult. Like I've seen guys with women that wanted to be in the limelight, and that creates a bubble that you can never come back from, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, these men, and there are a lot of creepy men out here. It's a lot of men that talk a lot of shit about female comedians. They say that we're not funny because we're females. And it's just, what they need to realize is that, once again, comedy is subjective. So something that might not be as funny to you because it's more relatable to women because we are women, doesn't mean that it's not funny. You know what I mean? But I mean, I've had people, say stuff like that. I remember I had a dude tell me once, he was like, yeah, you only out here getting booked because you a female. And I had to let his ass know, no, I'm getting booked more than you because I'm funnier than you. And that's just the fact of the matter. But there are women there are more sexier versions of comedians out there that may show more body, or got a different type vibe, a different type look. And I think those women do get hit on a lot more by promoters, other comics. There's no human resource department in this business.
There is no HR. There is no
So they
HR. Well
report all
said,
these
Randy.
things. And then plus you don't want to say too much because you already know. Then they're gonna give you a stigmatism like, oh, you too difficult to work with. Oh, she a diva. I had a promoter once book me for a show in Florida, bruh. Promised me a hotel room, paid for the flight, everything. I get there, ain't no hotel room. I ain't get my hotel room.
He in the room.
I ain't getting no hotel room till like 2 a.m. This man pulls up, had me and the Future at another hotel getting dressed in a lobby bathroom where nobody was staying there. And then when I spoke up about it, and like I ain't even tripped, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even tripped because I did get my hotel room, and I know that the other comedians slept in the airport. So I ain't even tripped. But after the fact, I hear this fool talking shit like, oh, I'll never book another woman again because they're divas. Why? Because I needed a place to wash my ass and you promised these things to me. This was part of the contract. How am I a diva? But you see, when you speak up, that's what you get. Right, ladies? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You the angry black woman, or you too hard to work with, or she a diva. She ain't too
That's
like
completely unacceptable. Jay Smiles, talk to me about it, man. I mean,
yes.
I would be, you're not only a comedian, but you're a business person. So surely nothing like that happens to you, right?
Oh, never. What are you talking about? I almost don't even want an answer. You know what I mean? I think everything I say right here is going to be tongue in cheek, okay? And none of your viewers or listeners should take this seriously. I shall not tell a lie.
Right.
Listen, I remember really, really, really super early in my career, a dude hit me with you too fine to be funny. I want to fuck you. How I'm supposed to laugh?
What?
Sir, are we? And this wasn't an audience member. Because if it was an audience member, who cares? Right. I don't care at all what followers or audience members say. It's if a fellow comedian, a booker, a manager, a club owner, it's only when they make these kind of comments that I'm like, whoa, I don't think that's quite right. Or when you notice how they manage you or attempt to handle you in the green room. I don't know about y'all ladies, but that green room is treacherous. You go back there because for a comedian, the green room is the golf course to what's happening in corporate America. That's where the deals go down. That's where you might get some extra time. Somebody might say, hey, come be on my podcast, come be on my show. I'm filming a movie next week in New York. If you in town, stop by.
The green room is the good old boys club.
Sit beside them. Why I need to sit down beside you and then they rubbing your leg? They whoa, hey, and how now everybody else is on stage and it's just you and the dude that's rubbing your leg. I'm like, you know what? Let me go. Hello. I'm gonna tell you what. Now I was born at one of these nights, but it wasn't tonight. I wasn't born this night.
Wow, this is so. I know. I feel like you guys are telling me about a world I've never even seen before. I know it exists, and I'm sorry as your male counterpart that you always hear about women don't feel protected. Should your male counterpart say something, Randy Scott?
Man, I ain't depending on none of them motherfuckers to say, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not depending on none of them to help me. I remember one time outside of Cats, bro, I had a dude that was, I don't know what his vibe was in the audience, but he was giving very much so stalker vibes. And I love you, Randy Scott, I love you so much. And it was getting weird. And I believe Sweet Baby Keita had an issue with the same man. Like
the same young man. That young man is a little delayed.
He is a little delayed, but that could be scary for a female. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was going so much. But I'm outside with all the male comedians. You know how Cats is outside, Rodney. Everybody just hang out outside. This man, like, damn near trying to follow me to my car. Well, let me just walk you to your car. I'm like, yo, dude, like, this is getting weird. None of those men in that area where we were was concerned about my well-being going to that car with that
Right.
crazy man out there. And I hang out, talk to all of these dudes on the working circuit. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I will
So
say this
I don't
in
depend
defense
on
of
none of
us
y'all to
men.
have my back.
I will say
Right.
this. I assume that my female counterparts have sharp enough tongues to get anybody up off them. And it is that not fair?
You can assume tongues, but we still a woman. If a man want to grab you and pull you in his car or some shit or punch you, you think your tongue gonna matter?
It's not.
It's not.
Not fair at all.
And either way, if you see a woman walk into her car, it's a bunch of men, y'all not even having to go far, and you see this man harassing her, she clearly don't want to be bothered. As a human being, you don't step in?
As a human being, you should. One act drama, do you feel protected?
Yes.
Or should you feel protected?
Let me tell you, it might be because I'm tiny too, though. I think the guys see me as like, oh, she's so little. So they typically like, I rarely walk to my car by myself. It's usually like, prime example, I was with Remo the other night. We were at Uptown. He was like, I'm getting ready to go. So you might as well come on so I can walk you to your car too. Like, I don't really, but like I said, I'm little. So I think they just see it as, let me make sure she get outside straight. And then I had a situation at the Comedy House in Columbia, and I was with Jake Staley, and I forever sing his praises. One of the like promoters for the show was like hard in my DM, like across the room, but DMing me like, I'm gonna take you to your hotel, and like just real aggressive. So I went to Jake and was like, who the fuck? Like, get this dude. So he went off. Like, as soon as I said it, I couldn't even finish before he was going off on dude. And like immediately, and it was like, I'm moving your hotel, like changed. He took care of me. Like I had no issue. He was amazing.
Shouts out to Jake Staley. Jay Smiles, man. We're in the funny business, but it could be disheartening. What's your pet peeve about being a woman in comedy? What gets on your nerves? What burns your britches more than anything?
The assumption that all I'm going to talk about is dick and pussy and my man ain't shit. Like, that's all I got.
Isn't it your prerogative to talk about whatever you want to talk about?
It is. But the assumption that that's all I'm going to say, or that I have to say, or that's kind of my lane-ish, you know, because I'm a girl, I'm supposed to be talking about a guy or something about a relationship. So the number of times where if I'm on stage or I start creating content, it's like, oh, there she go. I'm like, I ain't even got into the joke. You're assuming that I'm about to go down some lane or some angle where it's going to be male bashing. There's this very sensitive chip on the male shoulder that everything is about to be about them. And first of all, it's a little bit like, get your head out your butt. My whole set might not even touch a dude. It might not even, I might be talking about the environment, bro. You know what I mean? You don't even know, just chill, you know, just take your head out your butt. It's literally, the world doesn't revolve around men.
The male ego is fragile. The male ego is very fragile.
Yeah.
You cannot embarrass a man too much in front of too many people. Hell, you saw a man kill a girl was playing basketball with her just because she beat him in the basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like, the male ego is very, very fragile, man. But like Rodney said, why we can't talk about what we want to talk about? Men always got all women want to talk about is dick and pussy, and half of the time they get up there and what they talking about.
I was just gonna say that. Just go straight up there and talk about it.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on, you know, that whole dick and you know what else gripes my gears, Rodney? Like, yes, I hate when they classify us as female comedian. I'm a comedian.
Y'all ready for a female?
Yeah, y'all ready for a female? Like, nobody does that when they introduce a man comedian. Nobody says, well, we got a male.
Come to the stage, your brother with some balls, show some
Nobody
love.
says that. Or a woman can only be on an all-female show. Or it can only be one female amongst 10 dudes. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that many. And then meanwhile, out of those 10 dudes, 4 of them niggas bombed. So what's the difference?
Well, they don't say, Hit coming to the show, the short dude. He go to short dude. He go to bald dude. They don't point out any of the attributes. He go to black dude. Here come the one white dude.
But it's a female.
Dude in the wheelchair.
Show some love for this fat ass motherfucker. You know, you never hear that. You never hear a man described by his physicality. But I know it happens to women. I've done it. You know, and I had to catch myself. So drama, and when somebody brings you up as it's time for a lovely lady, show some love with her little pretty self. Or I've heard dudes go, nigga, I sure would love to hit it. Show some love. And she make her way to the stage, blah blah. Is that disheartening at all?
I don't like it, but as long as you're gonna be like, oh, she fine as fuck, man, get ready, about to be like, as long as you don't go overboard. If you just say, we got a beautiful female come to the stage, the best person to introduce me was Marcus Wiley. Did an amazing job. It was very tasteful. I didn't feel like I was gonna be sexualized as soon as I walked up. He did a great job. But I remember I told you.
What did he say? What did he say?
He just said, it was. I just remember it was like very elegant. It was like we wanted to give the women some female energy, very funny, very pretty ladies, like all the beauty. Like he complimented the women in the audience. He made them feel like I was them.
He still referenced your beauty.
Yeah, but it didn't feel. He made it feel like he was telling the women just like y'all. Like it was like, I don't know. It just wasn't weird at all.
He set the table for you.
Yeah. So when men don't realize when you say, man, she fine as fuck, all the women like, oh shit, here we go. Like the women are now against me. Now I gotta get them on my side because you just made them feel like you feel like I'm the baddest bitch in the room and they ain't shit. So that's when I don't like it. And
I just feel like, why they have to even do that though? You still don't feel like why they have to, like nobody goes
I do, but it's like they gonna do
comfortable before a man comes on stage. No one does that. No one goes on stage and makes men feel like, hey, we got a dude coming out here. He cut grass just as good as y'all. I know y'all ready to see him. Nobody does. He cut grass just as good as y'all. Yeah, like nobody builds men up. You get what I'm saying? Before. Right. So why do they have to do it for us? Just say my accolades. Oh, she
right. Talk about the work.
She was on this. She funny. And let me do my job. I don't need you to talk nothing about.
All you really need is my credits. Okay, Jay Smiles, Randy Scott makes a great point. And I think one act drama just alluded to it as well. As I look at it, y'all tell me if Rodney Perry is wrong. As I look at it, the worst enemy to women in comedy is women in comedy. Like our audiences are 70-80% female, and those women make it an uphill battle sometimes for you. Or am I wrong, Jay Smile?
You said women? The women audiences?
Women in the audiences judging you, especially if you're a beautiful lady, judging you. Think you want a raggedy ass man?
If you come off there like you better than them, though. That's it.
No, well, I think my experience has been that's on me, the performer, right? Mm-hmm. I'm at work. This is not a game. This is serious. I ain't talking about no open mic night when nobody paid to get in. I ain't getting paid. They ain't getting paid. The thing about the clothes. I ain't talking about those things. We're talking about comedies, the gigs where the people in the audience paid to be here. They made a choice to get up, get dressed, buy a ticket, or pay for food. Because, comedy clubs, even if you get in free, it's a 2-drink minimum, or you got to buy 2 items or something. So this is a thing. Whether it's a date, a girls' night, they bringing their mama out. This is a thing. So I get there. I'm trying to read the room, read the facility, what comics went up before me, what's the vibe. And I got to get them sisters on my side. Generally speaking, Black women don't want to be against Black women. That's just not how our minds work. We just are not waking up wanting to hate everybody Black woman. So my whole goal when I walk out there is they want to be with me. These are my sister cousins. And if they are just all pissed off and hating on me, then that's not, now, is every audience the same? No. Is every man I dated the same? No. Hell, all my shoes don't fit the same. Neither do my pants. Nothing is the same. I could eat a pizza today. Next week, it could have me in the ER. You feel what I'm saying? I could have diarrhea and a heartburn. So everything, you got to read the room, but I don't feel so if I see a room full of women, I don't walk up and say, oh shit, this is gonna be a hard ass night. I'm a professional. And there are certain jokes that I know will get women with me in the first 2 or 3 minutes. And after that, I'm taking them to the top. But that's on me. Cause I'm the one up here with the mic. And they came to have a good time.
Wow.
If you're a good woman, you're going to get them on your side regardless, I feel like. If you know about women fellowship, women relationship, women have some of the best friendships with other women. You hear me? Like, we got sisters, like people, like I got friends that even if I ain't talking to them in months, if shit is wrong, they come to help. They come to say, like, I don't know, like.
So you have an understanding of what they're going through, so you shouldn't have to deal with them as an adversary.
So you should relate to them, but I know there are some women that, might make women feel like they are below them, or, you ain't as fine as me. I know I can take your man. Yeah, of course you're going to have women in the crowd looking like, who is this bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course you're going to have that. But if you're a good woman and you know about things that women go through, an all woman crowd is my easiest.
I love an all women's crowd. Women love me. That's my core audience. But what I think other women, I love, because I'm talking our shit. Like, because that's who buy the tickets. Men ain't buying tickets. So I'm finna talk to the people that are the real fans of comedy, that the women bring them in. So I'm talking, and that's what I am. When I go up, I talk about women shit. I talk about black shit. I talk about what I know. I'm a woman. I'm black. That's what I talk about. That's what I know. I can't talk about something that's not authentic to me. I don't talk about drinking. I don't drink. I don't talk about smoking weed. I don't smoke weed. That would be inauthentic. So I mean, nothing wrong with it. Do your thing. I'm tiny. I feel like my lungs are collapsed. So it's the thing.
Okay.
So, but no, I talk about what I know. I've never had women always say, man, I love such. I don't have issues, but I do have issues with, well, I shouldn't say I have an issue. I think some other women comedians make it harder, because I listen to a woman talk about how she dates married men, and I'm like, what are you doing in this audience?
She has the right to talk about whatever.
You do, but it's like, let me preface it. I just take issue with women who date married men. Let's go there. So to me, when you're you're this audience of women and they're looking at you sitting next to their man, to me, that makes it harder. Not for me, because I'm gonna do my thing anyway.
Relationship. I get that, but I think, excuse me, guys, you don't get to say we can talk about anything and not be cool with people talking about anything.
You can talk about it, just know that I'm not for you. Like, if you try to book me for a show, I don't want to be on the show with you.
Hey, Drama makes a great point. Let's talk about that. Do women have you gotten help from other girls in comedy, other women, other queens? Because like I once did a show and Randy spoke to this. It was an all girls show, and I would get pushback from the women. Like, I don't want to be on the show with her. That bitch, I don't like that bitch. This. It was always something, and we couldn't even. I get the show. I was trying to create a space for more women to go up at once, and they're mostly was beefing with each other. Am I tripping, Randy?
Nah, there's definitely beef. Not even just with women, amongst men too. It's a lot of messiness in the comedy world. A lot of talking shit, a lot of jealousy, a lot of why not me. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of that. However, I feel like those people may not have never worked in a real office corporate environment before. Because one thing about comedy is, yeah, we're all individual contractors, right? However, this is your job. This is all I do. I'm a stand-up comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like, content creator. This is my job. When you work a regular job, right? Say you work a 9 to 5, right or wrong, you're working with people you do not like.
Right, and you have to. It is what it is.
You got to suck it up, get your job done, be cordial, get your money, and go home. I treat comedy the same way. You ain't gonna never hear me say no shit about, oh, I don't like her, I don't like her, and this and that. Man, I gotta feed my kid. Fuck her. Put me on the show.
Right.
You know, it's a business.
Jay Smiles, have you had women help you along your journey?
Yes, I have. I have had women help, and just to circle it all around, I've also had men help. I look at the world of comedy much like, my blood family. I got some drunk uncles that I will cross the street if I see them, and some crazy ass aunties, same way. But the majority of my family, they're either neutral or supportive. They don't help or hurt, or they really down for me. Most of them ain't actually trying to run me over with a car. The same in the comedy world, right? I've had, now there are some sisters or even white chick, just women in comedy where they are seeking me out to put me on the show, to help me get paid, to help me get my message out. And then there are others who will come to my show and support my show. And then there are some that will just repost my damn flyer. All of that is support. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't had anybody where I call them and they're like, nah, Jay, I know you're trying to put together a show, because I also produce shows. And they're like, I know you're trying to put together a show, but I'm going to have to pass. I haven't had that. And that to me would feel like, okay, that's somebody who is really letting me know she's not down with me. And she just doesn't want to be in my mix or my world. And I am completely down with Randy, because it's a job. And then if you just want to play around, I don't know if you should call yourself a comedian. Like, I don't know. I wish we could have a differentiating name, because if you a stand-up comedian, then we working. And if you out here working, I was in corporate America. I'm also a lawyer, designer, engineer. I was in corporate America. I wish I would have told any of my managers, I don't like the chick in the cube next to me, so I'm not coming to the damn meeting. What you can't even. I can't even wrap my mind around I don't like somebody. The only question is, am I already booked? That's it. The only question on me is, am I already booked, bro? That's it.
Hey, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. One act drama. Speaking of being already booked, has anybody ever taken you off a show because of your femininity, because you as a woman? No.
Nope.
I venture to say maybe you just don't know.
Well, that mean they didn't call me to do the show. If they took me off before I knew about it, then I went on it. In my mind, I went on it in the first place. But I've never been on a show on somebody was like, how I had called you earlier? Never mind.
That's all right.
I ain't never had it.
That's all right. Anybody?
You know what? When you talk about the females working, big shouts out to Shima Franklin, Kelly Kells. These are women that I know show all us female comedians love, give us pointers. Vanessa Fraction, you know what I mean? Just niche, yes. These women have been doing this for a while, and anytime I come in contact with them, they only have nothing but positive and a lot of insight on, how to get shows.
So y'all sisterhood is real.
I feel like it is.
I'm not best friends with them women or nothing like that, but like I said, they show love.
Right.
We know who we can and can't talk to. It's certain people you just know, who she named. I definitely know I can be like, hey, I'm gonna be in Chicago, or hey, they gonna look out. Or if you pull up in their room, they'll put you up before the men half of the time. They look out.
You know what? On my journey, it's like anything else, and I hope it's true for you guys too. Once people know you're funny, everything gets a little easier, a little bit. Once they know, oh, freaking Randy Sky is dope as hell. And we had a conversations too, who's the funniest woman out there? Who's doing their thing? Oh, that's just niche. It's cold. Nigga, that Randy Sky is stupid as hell. Have you seen One Act Drama? Jay Smiles is retarded, okay? I love her comedy. And so I know I've had those conversations offline.
That's a good old school comedy. I kind of hate that we can't say retarded no more.
I know, right?
That's a good in comedy.
Funny. If they call you retarded, you funny as hell.
I still be saying retarded, so I'm probably get canceled soon.
Retarded is not cool, for the record.
As long as you don't call a retarded person retarded. A real retard.
Well, yeah. Okay.
She said a real retard. You better shout it. What was that from? The Hangover? A retard.
Okay. How about this, ladies? And Jay Smiles, you mentioned his family. There's a few things that I don't do to this day, because when I was in the outside of my career, I could not my cousin came to see me last time I was in Chicago. And he's like, "Bram, all right, remember we told you not to quit your day job?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I remember." That's why I don't invite niggas to my shows now. Like, it's very difficult for me to promote a comedy show, even at 30 years in comedy, because it was so many people at the outset of my career was like, man, fuck you. And so because of that, family, friends, ain't no comps, okay? Buy a ticket if you got it. Am I tripping? Have y'all had to deal with family that way? Drama.
I'm of the same thought. I don't give comps unless it's random. Like, you don't get to ask me. Like, if it's somebody I'm just like, they be like, oh, I'm gonna pull up to the show, I might DM them and be like, I got you. But for the most part, anybody that I've ever done a show with, when they tell me I got comps, I be like, oh no, my people pay. I don't really do the comp thing. I comp a comedian, like if it's a show where it's not at like a comedy club where they can just walk in, I give a comedian a ticket. But no, I don't really do the comp thing.
I'm asking more about family support. Do you get support from your family, your blood relatives?
Oh yeah, my family is very supportive. Outside of like my mama and daddy, who just said they not never coming to a show. They support me, but they just don't want to come. Yeah, they don't want to hear what I might say. You know, I'm my daddy's baby. And my mama I believe my mother thinks I'm just up there like, eat me out and suck my butt. And like, I think that's what my mama thinks I do. And you see me, I don't do nothing. I don't know why my mama feel like I'm up there like, yeah, put all the penises in my mouth. Like,
oh no.
I'm like, I don't even talk like that. What? That's her mind. I think she has that female comedian mentality that's what she thinks happened. I'm like, do you know how goofy I am on stage? I say none of that.
Okay, but quietly, one act drama, that kind of makes me think that's what your mama watched. I'm, a little bit. I'm like, okay,
she grew up on Richard Pryor. She grew up on Richard Pryor.
My mama is 75. Yeah. She is Richard Pryor, like back in the day, women. So she thinks, and I'm like, as knowing me as your child, I don't even talk that way in everyday life. So why would you? But it's just that. But yeah, so my parents are just like, no, you go ahead. We'll cheer from over here. Yeah. But other than that, no, my family pull up and my friends. Yeah.
Love it. Can Kids TV says Ashima Franklin introduced me so good at the show I didn't even know she was bringing me on stage. It was wonderful. Yo, Jay Smiles, talk to me about family, man. Have they had a chance to see you work? Because most of us are first generation entertainers. Like, there is no uncle that used to be in the blues band. There is no brother that was on television. There is no. We're mostly first generation. So you're asking your family a lot when you say, I'm going to embark on this journey, especially when you are a lawyer and an engineer. It has to be a tough call for a lot of people in your family.
Very tough call. In one way, I think it was more like my comedy came a few years after my father died and my mom had Alzheimer's. So I think some of it was, woo, at least you didn't choose cocaine and white men.
It could be worse.
Truthfully, my family is from the Montgomery, Alabama, and Dr. King is right up under Jesus. So that yes. they were like, well, it could be worse. They didn't know it was going to be a career. So when it first started, it was like, well, let's just go see the baby.
She's going through a phase. Let the baby go through her phase.
Yeah. But now in terms of support and paying and just support in general, I have a supportive group, period, like family and friends and family. I like to call them the people that have, you pick your friends that became family. And I know the ones who I shouldn't even ask. The people that owe you $5 since 1999, don't ask them to come. I don't ask. Like, if they see the post, fine. But the people that I actually say, hey, I'm having a show in your city, or I know your kid lives in my city, send them to the show. Those are people that I know I've been able to count on in other parts of my life or my world. I'm not fooling with the knuckleheads. It ain't nothing but stress. And they also all know how I am about my money. Like, I have never played about my money. I saved $100 worth of pennies in the second grade. Did you hear me? Do you know how many damn pennies that is in 2 shoe boxes? They thought I was lying. I was like, I'm ready to go to the bank, Granddaddy. He was like, I ain't nobody taking you to no bank. What you got? You ain't got no damn money. I got $100. From where? Pennies. From who? Take me to the bank. He said, that's my pennies. I said, oh, you gave them to me. Also, my family knows you ain't about to get caught. You can't get no money from Jay. Jay ain't about to give you. Either you paying to go to that show or you going to hear about them jokes.
You're going to hear about them.
You're going to hear about them. Like, don't come at me like that because I don't come around asking you, and this is how I hear them too. The first couple people that asked me, I was like, listen, you a contractor or you a this or, you a accountant. You want me to just roll up in your office and just say, hey, I need you to do all my taxes for free or I need you to do all my math problems or all my.
You would never say that.
You charge me?
Without hesitation. How about that? Randy Sky, talk to me about family, man. You're a mommy. Your son is in an integral age. Does he get it? Does he know who Randy Sky is?
My son just came to a show.
Oh, get out.
Yeah, when I do the clean comedy shows, like when I do the brunch with Weight Ball, he does that clean comedy show on Sundays, family and friends. I always bring my kids with that. I brought my son and my stepson came to one too. He supported the movement. I mean, they live with me, so they know I'm funny. As for other family members, I don't know about y'all. Y'all talking about y'all ain't came from the other entertainers. I had a crackhead in my family. Crackheads are entertaining. So I come from a line of entertainers, and
you're not first generation.
No, definitely not first generation. But also there are a lot of family. My daddy told me I need new jokes. And my dad told me.
So he writing now. He did. I got you writing, baby. Let me know.
Yeah, my daddy white now, so he got a different thing of comedy that come. He always calling me, telling me to look at the people that he liked to watch, and and this and that. And but
really, who are those people? Who are those comedians?
Like he loves what's that man named Bert? He don't never have on no shirt. White dude. You know what I'm talking about? What's his name?
Oh, yeah. He's big. He's big right now. Bert.
Yeah. It's with a K. The last name is kind of hard.
Chrysler or something like that.
He drink beer. He got a fat belly. My daddy love him. Sebastian.
He's a frat boy.
Yeah, Malascano. He just did a movie with De Niro.
Now, Sebastian's funny. My daddy
is funny.
He is hilarious. Yeah, my daddy listens to those type of people. But my mom has been to numerous shows. I make her hella uncomfortable all the time because Rodney, you already know my mouth. If it's not a clean comedy show, if you tell me anything goes, anything is going. Okay,
it's going all the way.
It's going all the way. But I do have some family members that have never came to a show that scream they support. At first, it kind of gets you upset. But after a while, I started having to realize, like, why am I so upset about all the people that did not come? And why am I not praising the people who did show up?
Thank you to the people that did show up.
Yeah. So
I
started focusing on that. Because, I mean, even with content creating, like, I do skits and all that type of stuff. Sometimes it's so frustrating. It's like, why are my family and friends not sharing my shit? But a bunch of strangers are. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they not sharing my stuff? And then I used to get so wrapped up in that. And it's just like, I'm wasting my energy on nothing because it's a whole million other strangers that
it's a sea of people out there that you have to address. Let's lean into that, ladies. Social media, it's a thing, it's real, whether you like it or not. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Spill, all these new platforms. Do you have to make it your business to be a part of those now, Randy?
I honestly think so. If you wanna take it to the next level, because it's a new wave. It's a new wave, and it's free advertisement. I know that a lot of older comics, I feel like y'all had different opportunities than we had. You know what I mean? Like y'all had situations where y'all go perform on Fat Tuesdays or whatever. You was funny one time, and you got
it could change your life. Yeah,
you got a TV deal, and you was funny one time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with the social media, I get a lot more followers. I get a lot more bookings and all of that with my social media. However, it is a job. It is a job. You have to constantly put out content because if you're not, they forget about you. But I don't think it's bad. And I feel like, I don't got 20 years to make it. You feel me? So
Wow.
I feel like if I use my social media, because you got people, I've opened up for people who have millions of Facebook fans, and they got paid $4,000 to go up there and couldn't even do 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I got paid $400 and did 30 minutes, and I'm sweating out my hair because this motherfucker was funny online. Okay, so I feel like let me get on that train instead of dogging it and talking about it. Let me get on that train and
lean
get my
into
following
it.
up, because once that happens, I'm gonna get those bookings, and the stage is already mine. I'm already prepared for that.
Let's go
So
get
I
it.
just feel like I'm gonna cut my time in half with my social media.
Indeed. As a guy that came from that era of television, Comic View, Def Comedy Jam, we had avenues. To me, social media is just a new way to get famous. Jay Smiles, I've watched you lean into it, create your own space. During the pandemic, you inspired me. I was like, wow, I can create my own show in this space and sell tickets to it. You are a pioneer in terms of that. Talk to me about social media and leaning into it.
Thank you so much. Yes, it was I think it's just the notion of if you're a creator, which stand-up comics are. We are a one-person show every night or afternoon or morning, whenever you're doing your show. It's a one-person theatrical performance. It's Broadway.
Yeah.
It's your own Broadway, wherever you are. And if it's for you, you can't not do it. You got to figure out how to do it. And so that's what social media allows. It allows you to do it all the time. You don't have to worry about if you are not getting booked, or if someone's not calling you back, or if you can't get on TV, or if nobody's want you on satellite radio or whatever. You can put your content out whenever you want to in any format. Now, it can be exhausting. You just name a couple of the new social media platforms. One thing that I found myself freaking out and losing my hair like is trying to be in a bunch of freaking places at the same damn time.
Right.
And you just can't do it. It's just kind of like with everything. At least that's my impression. And my decision is like, even before there was social media, you kind of had to decide, are you going to be a radio giant or you going to be a television giant? Like you NBC didn't take over radio.
Choose a platform.
Choose a platform. And so that's one thing that I've been continuing to hone. What's the platform? And what I went first with was I was trying to be all things to all people. And I was like, first of all, where the hell are my people? I know who I am and what my content is going to always be. Like One Act Drama said, she's like, hey, I ain't smoking, I ain't drinking. I'm going to talk about Black girl stuff, period. Well, where Black girls at? So when I really boil down what my stuff is, my people are already where they going to be. Maybe they don't ever want to be on Patreon. So why the hell am I going to start Patreon just because Patreon might have bought somebody else, they mama a house? Right. If my people ain't over there, I ain't about to put that square peg in that round hole. Screw that. So the beautiful thing about social media is I think it really is something for everybody. Is to find your space. Where are your people? Go find them and milk that cow, baby. Milk that cow. Don't let nobody tell you no. Figure it out. There's a YouTube channel that will tell you how to do any damn thing in this world. You could perform brain surgery on yourself. Not tonight. Off YouTube. For sure.
Oh, wow, man. Such great information, ladies. My name is Roddy Perry. You're tuning in to Roddy Perry Live. Joining me today, One Act Drama, comedian Randy Scott, and the great Jay Smiles is in the building. We're talking social media right now. Thank you for popping in, Monique Williams.
Can I add one thing, Roddy?
I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I apologize. During the pandemic, when I got shut down and shut out, that's when I started the podcast. It was the spirit, though. It was the spirit of wanting to create. I ain't know nothing about podcasts. It was YouTube. Shout out to YouTube for its whole platform. I taught myself YouTube and Amazon, and now the podcast, the Parenting Up podcast, is me being a comedian talking about being a caregiver. It's now global, and we're on every continent, like 100 and something countries, about 100 countries, and that allowed, while I was helping people, it also kept me alive. That's something else that I think for creators, it allows you to play with stuff, right? Maybe you got to worksmith something, and what do the people want? What do they like? And you can continue to go forward with that. Like I've
and
now
you can
gone
find
viral.
your tribe too. You can find your people. You can find the people that really mess with you.
Yeah, I've had some Freaknik videos go viral that I was playing around with. Who the hell knew?
I love the Freaknik. Like, for you to lean into that instead of leaning away from it, I thought that was genius.
Thank you. Who knew? I was literally, somebody on my team, she legit was asking me. She was like, how did y'all even know where everybody was going to be at Freaknik? You ain't had no cell phone. And she said it with such disdain and an attitude. I was like, whoa.
How did you know? Tell me, how did you know?
Like, first of all, don't act like we ain't have fire and the rolling wheel. You know what I mean? Like,
right. How about that?
Right. And so, and it was just in me telling her, like, play yourself. I was able to talk to these boys better than you can, baby, with your little cell phone and your little DMs, okay? And let me tell you how. And it was just as One Act Drama was talking about, when you're being authentic and you're telling stories that are rich, that people can relate to, which is what Randy was talking about, then it hits. And now it's over 1 million views on something that I never even planned to talk about. But this chick, basically, she was challenging Gen X, and I was like, what you not gonna do?
It's challenge my Gen X. How about that?
Don't forget, y'all can make money off of social media.
Oh, you can absolutely make money. And Country Wayne has changed the game. Country Wayne is a guy that's out there generating $500,000 a month from social media. How about that? J Smile said something. I'm sorry, go ahead, Randy.
I just want to say one thing a lot of people don't know about with social media is, like, if you are getting a lot of views, and like, look into getting advertisements being portrayed on your videos, because you get money from that. So every time you get a view, if they're able to put their advertisement at the bottom or something like that, you can get a percentage. And the more views you get, the more that advertisers being seen, you can make money off of that. It's just so many.
Is that like affiliate marketing? Is that what that's called?
I believe so. Where I know Facebook, yeah, and after you got a certain amount of followers, I think over 10K, if you got like 100,000 views within a month, then you can have those options, and it's literally just turn on in-stream ads. And
I don't know about y'all, man. I get in and I get out, and my problem is staying consistent. How do you stay consistent, Drama, in a social media world? Like, what things it requires. J Smile said she had to pick a platform, but can you afford to pick a platform? I mean, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on fucking the new shit, Threads and Spill. Like, how do you find your way?
So I too struggle with being consistent. I have been a lot better, because my only resolution in 2023 was be more consistent on social media. I always say I need to be just as diligent about getting on social media as I am about getting on stage. So if I can make myself go to a room 5 nights a week, I can make myself post on social media 5 days a week. So that's what I committed to myself. If I say to myself this morning, I'm going to a room, then I know I need to post 2 things minimum, which I know now you got to post at least 20 times a day, really, to stay in the algorithm.
I talked to D-Lay this weekend. He's like, Rodney, you're nowhere near posting as much as you should.
Oh, Facebook straight up told me that I got a mess. I screenshot it Sunday. I finally posted enough on Facebook where it sent me a message saying that I now will appear in the algorithm. Like, it literally told me, you have now posted enough for us to show your shit. Wow, and I thought that was crazy. That lets me know y'all really paying attention, and that further pushed me to say, I gotta keep posting, because you basically told me, oh, we had you hidden because you weren't doing it.
It's really your access to the world. It's like if you could ask God for anything and he would give it to you, what would you ask him? And you're in that space, like you can really create it. Jay Smiles, you just said something a few minutes ago that resonates in my mind. You said team. Talk to me about your team and the people that help you. Talk to me about that.
First and foremost, while it may not be as obvious, it's my mom's caregiver team. Like without them, I can't do nothing. And so I think many times when you're a creator, definitely an entertainer, even second generation, shout out to Randy. That was amazing. Yeah, I had to catch myself. I was about to throw up over here, trying not to laugh so loud that I shut off your talking. Okay. I was like, well, in that case, I'm fourth generation. If we are calling
counting all the crackheads.
I got some people. Okay. Where my team is comprised of everybody, the way I look at it, that helps me do what I do. I got 4 caregivers that hold me down so hard that I can then, my mind can be free, right? So I have virtual assistants and I have in Atlanta assistants. I have part-time people and 1 full-time person. And the part-time people, they just, when I look at it and I say, but they're part of my team because they know me, what's going to fit my brand, what will work and what will not work, right? So that's who is involved with my social media. My social media person has done phenomenal. Her name is Shay Abrams. Shout out to Just Shay Media. She really has been following and helping me to determine who my real people are. Because it's one thing to post a lot, but if it's not getting the traction or getting the comments, then the algorithm ain't gonna really care. Because there are some people that have way more posts than me, but haven't gotten as many shares or as many follows.
Or they got less followers, but they shit go crazy every time they post.
Right. And so one of these Freaknik things, honey, the damn, it's like is 75,000 shares. It's like, what the hell is going on? Right, One Act Drama. She texted me and she was like, Jay Smiles. She was like, tomahawk steak. I said, absolutely, girl. That's exactly what you get. You tell me where to meet you and you got is yours. And so it's understanding, having people around me that really know what the hell they doing. So it's not just having people, but so the people that care for my mama, they are really good at caring for my mama. The people that do social media, they're good at that. The people that do my website are good at that. And they got to be good at knowing it for me, because my brand is unique. My brain doesn't work like a lot of other people. And because I'm a business person, I was a business person and a corporate person who became a front facing comedian. So I see things a little differently in this industry. And sometimes they got to corral me and yank my thing back and say, no, you need to do this like this. And so I think it's been a challenge for me to find the right kind of people, because you can find people that are talented and create some great digital flyers.
Yes.
But if the digital flyers don't match your damn brand, it's going to attract people that ain't going to stay on your page.
How about that?
Because your content doesn't fit them. And I'm not changing my content. Because that's not
you, Jay Smiles. Randy Sky. We talked about team. Who is your team?
The team of me. No, I'm just playing. Well,
and that's okay too.
Y'all remember that?
I'm a team. Like I be doing too much.
No, that was from a movie. Welcome Home. Martin Lawrence, team of me. But no, my team. Honestly, it is really just me. Honestly, that handles all of my internet stuff, everything. I do it all myself. If I don't know how to do it, I don't got no money to pay nobody right now. So I am the team. And my support system, my family and friends.
But there are people that would help you that you haven't allowed to help you.
Yeah. I see.
And they don't want no money.
Smile, shut up. See,
You're not, Randy, you're not helping me let you talk.
One Act Drama, who is your team?
My team, I don't have like a physical, like you do this, you do this. But what I realized as you were asking this, my team is the people that enjoy my comedy. Because Make Me Laugh Media posted an interview they did with me. And every single person that commented, I've never met in real life. But I went and read what they said, and it was all so positive. So it started me to thinking about what content I wanted to create, because every single comment was, I've seen her, and not only is she funny in person, everybody felt like I was just the kindest person. I don't know what comedians be doing after shows where people feel like I'm just so nice and so fun, but I never realized that people that don't know me, how they view me. I know how people that know me view me, but I didn't realize there were so many people that just like me as a person, not just as a comedian. So I feel like that says a lot about me that I didn't see about me, about myself.
Wow. All right, ladies, such a great conversation today. Couple of questions before we get out of here. Relevancy, how do you stay relevant? Randy Sky, relevancy, how do you stay relevant?
Never be idle. Always learn something new. Never be that person that's always like, I'm too old for this. I'm too old to do that. Never be that, because that's what you're going to be. You're going to be old, and everything is going to pass you behind, and that's fine. You know, if that's what you're on. But
yeah, I completely agree.
You need to stay
current. For me to have a 30-year career, it was always leaning into the young people, always finding a way to connect with them, and that's why people know my name 30 years later. One Night Drama, how do you stay relevant?
Stay in the room. I hear people say, if I ain't getting up, I ain't going. I'm still going, because somebody gonna say, she here all the time. And I get that later, like, you keep coming, yeah, because you're gonna let me up eventually, because you're gonna get tired of seeing me. You're gonna be like, let me see what she gonna do. She keeps coming.
Yes.
Yeah, she keeps. I'm staying in your face. If there's
great
a
advice,
new room,
stay in the room. Jay Smiles, how do you stay relevant?
Everything my sister said, first and foremost, I'm not going to repeat it in the interest of time, but feel me. Okay. All right. And then I do my best to keep my ear to the ground on what my people like. The people who naturally follow me because of my content. What the hell is going on in their world? They kind of tell me based upon their comments and whatever they're saying on my social media or even on my website, and then what's happening in the world abroad, like just whether it's politics or Black Lives Matter, or just whatever's happening culturally in our community. I want to know about it, because that usually is pushing the generation below us, and it's pushing what we feel like. Are people feeling good about their money? They not feeling good about their money? Because I ain't coming in. I remember Jamie Foxx telling a joke about how he really missed a mark when he came in talking about his wealth at a time where the economy was bad. And he had a couple nights where he was flat, and it was because he was talking about his brand new Bentley when he first got his real big money. And that year or whatever, everybody was just broke as hell. And then nobody want to hear about your Bentley, bro. So some of the relevance too is just reading the damn room. And the room, social media is also a room. It's a freaking room. Your page is a room. Like One Act Drama said, showing up in places, even if you are not scheduled to go on. And you know what? Supporting people, supporting other comedians when you don't have no skin in the damn game. Just show up at their show. Buy their ticket.
Jay Smiles, you came to my one-man show, and I'll never forget it. It was so great to see your face in the place, so that matters. Absolutely.
And I bought 2 tickets. I ain't asked Rodney for no damn comp. I'm like, bro, I got 2 tickets, and I'm bringing somebody, because you my guy. You're talking about somebody who supported me. Rodney Perry has supported me from the first time I said some jokes. You have been one of my biggest supporters. You have given me confidence. You have told other comedians to give me a shot. You ain't think I hear you, but I heard you. I'm walking by backstage, and then you like, yo, put Jay up. I was here to put her up. And I'm like, oh shit, I better say something. So I think for me it's a mixed bag on staying relevant, but it really is being true to who I am and watching how the people that respond to my comedy and content, where are they at in their life right now? Because this month ain't like last month.
Wow. Hey, y'all, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Such a great conversation. One Act Drama. How do we stay in touch?
Follow me on all social media, Threads, Spill, Facebook. All of it's One Act Drama. I'm trying to post on everything, but I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I be like, I'm finna Instagram, share to Facebook, and Thread, and be done today. I ain't gonna worry about TikTok. I be tired.
Hey, Randy Scott, how do we stay in touch, sis?
Pound Town. You can find me there.
I knew it was coming.
Pound. What is Pound Town? What is that?
That's our song.
Gucci's Panks and the booty holes is round.
Oh, goodness gracious. I thought we got past. I thought we got through a whole show without it.
That's our jam.
Follow me on all social media at comedian Randy Sky. If you're in Atlanta tonight, I will be performing at City Winery 8 o'clock. So check me out.
Get out of here. What's out there? I don't know nothing about that.
Hot Comics Live, the Atlanta's hottest comics showcase thing they be doing.
What time is it?
The thing with the guy.
Doors open at 6. The show starts at 8.
Okay, that's dope. I might pop in there on you. Jay Smiles, how do we stay in touch?
First of all, I want to say that is dope. I'm going to be out of town. My flight leaves out at like 3 or something. Or I would be there, sis. Real talk. I would be right.
Oh, this weekend too. If y'all ain't doing that Friday, 2 shows.
Where?
Laughing Skull in the Vortex downtown.
I love the Vortex, man.
Friday, I could probably make a Friday show for sure. I'm gonna
Friday.
put that down. All right, cool.
I post them all.
Okay.
All right, this is Rodney Perry Live, the podcast. Tomorrow's show, DeAnthony Turner and Duchess and my buddy J.P. Justice is in the building. I'm sorry, Smiles. Did I cut you off?
No, I was talking with her. You didn't cut me off, but I was just going to give my social media.
Give it.
I was chatting. Yes. So J Smiles Comedy. So website, J Smiles Comedy. Instagram is where I am most active, but I'm J Smiles Comedy on Facebook, YouTube as well. And Parenting Up is my podcast. So if you are a caregiver, if you know a caregiver, if you used to be a caregiver, anybody in the caregiving space, Alzheimer's, dementia, I'm a huge advocate. I do a lot of work with people in.
You've been a wealth of information for us as we deal with my mother-in-law. Yeah.
Thank you. So with Alzheimer's, a lot of people in LA, in Hollywood, Seth Rogen, all of those people, I do extensive work with them, and it means the world to me because advocacy is how we change the world. So that's parentingup.com, and you can hear it anywhere you hear podcasts. Yes.
You heard the woman, parentingup.com. Thank you. One Act Drama. Thank you to Randy Sky. Thank you, Jay Smiles. A great conversation. Thank you for sharing your journeys with us, respectively. Everything from social media.
This is the nicest conversation me and Rodney ever had.
Can I say something about that? When he was introducing Jay Smiles, I knew he wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you heard the introduction, but it was so wonderful. I was like, that is definitely not Randy.
Not me.
I definitely not.
Rodney. That's fine.
I love me some Randy Sky.
He didn't talk about booty eating today, so it's a good day for him.
What are you talking about?
It's a good day.
The show is over.
Okay, well, it's a good day for you.
Anyway.
I enjoyed every minute.
Long and the short of it is love your fellow comedian. How about that?
Yes.
Great job, guys. And I can't wait to see you out in these streets. My name is Rodney Perry. That's our show.
Bye.
Get ready for America's #1